Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I wanted to do a flip through and review of Hanna Karlzon's City Amongst the Stars, or something like that. If that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so I didn't write down what the name of this was, but it is Hanna Karlzon's newest book. It's something about stars, it's something about cities. And this was a lovely birthday gift from my friend Sarah. I'll go ahead and link her channel below. But I wanted to go through this with you guys, and then also some hashtags that I'll be starting for this month. And so this is more on par to like the Witch's Cottage or Tales of the Forest Kingdom by way of size. It's thinner than some of her earlier works, but I love the work, and this was definitely something that was on my radar. I also love the look of this, but let's just go through this. And this kind of tells a story. Now the paper is cream. You can tell, well, hopefully, that it is both like an off-white cream color compared to the matte behind it. And typical Hanna Karlzon style, there's lots of bugs, there's lots of birds, and there's lots of people in here. But what is a little different is I don't remember if she's had dragons in previous books, and I don't know that she's had as many buildings in previous books. But this seems to be a world outside of our own, as a lot of her art is. And it definitely deals, it's sort of sci-fi, steampunky, but in a very hippie kind of way, because there's not a lot of what looks to me like metal and things like that I generally equate with space. Like this looks to me like this is metal, but she is wearing something that looks very soft to me, which I don't normally equate to like outer space. So more birds and people. I love that things are framed out. If you do break the spine a little bit, you can actually get to it, and it's not fully in the center, so you just really need to crack it so that you can get to the whole page. I do like that it does extend if it is, or some of the pages extend to the border. So like here, there's just a little bit that's in the spine, but it's not that much. Most of the detail is out of the spine. And something like this I find very interesting, just because I love architecture, I love coloring buildings. And so even though this is a heavily detailed page, I think it'd be a really fun one to do, because this you could do in very much a galaxy way. And that's not something I generally think of when I'm coloring houses, right? But you've got a spaceship along with just a town square that it looks like. Portraits are what I think she is mostly known for. She definitely has a distinct style. I think I've actually seen some of this in the community on Instagram of having been completed. And they're definitely more spacey, like space punk versus steampunk. But steampunk to me is always lots of bolts and accessories like this on there. So that's kind of how I look at this. But I think this would be really interesting. I think this one is really nice because I've seen people who have colored the background and then make this look like a light source behind, but I've seen people who have colored this black, left this as is, and then this just really becomes a focal point on the page. This doesn't look like it should be in the stars until you look at the cats and like, oh yeah, no, my cats don't have wings. But it's to me, it's a very interesting page. Unicorns in the sky. Oh, a Pegasus is a flying horse. A unicorn is a horse with a horn. A pegacorn? A unicis? What are these things? Oh, whatever. They're cute. And again, does this scream space to me? No, it does not. I mean, there's some little like radiator things there, but that doesn't necessarily scream space. So this could be spacey or not. Even with the colors, that kind of or the candies, it does tie into this page right here. And again, I can see this done in black behind it, so this really pops out, and maybe some metallic paint here, or vice versa. But I probably want these two pages to play off of each other. This is a bit of a throwaway page to me. See, because this makes me think, oh, well, I can do alcohol markers in here. But I actually really like this page right here. And I wouldn't do alcohol marker on just one side. So I wish if there were to be these type of throwaway pages, it would have been done on both sides, just so that you'd have options. Because I'm not someone who buys books twice, generally. I do like this sort of space punk angel girl. I think she's really cute. I love her Doc Martens. That's a really cute page. And so there's this more focused town square action here by way of the different shops. We've got a lamp shop and a star shop and a place shop and someone's house. And then the lines going through. And this one's really cute with the kind of spacey dog. And that, I'm not sure what that is. This, again, it's not a picture that I really gravitate towards, but it's okay. I think she is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't generally like coloring bugs, but in Hanna Karlzon specifically, I do find them interesting because one of my favorite pictures that I've completed from Hanna Karlzon was a bug pooping stars. And so that just makes me in a good mood when I see them. And so when I see something like this, I can see the bug coming out of her neck and out of her headdress right here. And it just makes me want to kind of play around with colors for that. Again, other than the birds having some kind of space steampunky elements, this doesn't necessarily tell me, you know, foreign outer space kind of vibe. Now this looks like BB-1 or R2-D2. This is a family, I guess. This is Gandalf, but fat, short Gandalf. I don't know who these other people are. And more little robots here. Oh, and this chicken bird has got a clothes on. Oh, okay. So I guess it's like their version of Chewbacca. I mean, I'm equating this to Star Wars, clearly, and Lord of the Rings. Space cake. So I'm not sure what it's oozing, but it looks delicious. This cat looks both cute and menacing. Like, I make sweets. Enter at your own risk. I really like these two pages. I think they, by way of colors, at least for me, would play off of each other. And this one, I can see sort of like a galaxy background. And then this maybe purples and greens. I don't know. I don't pick color palettes generally until I start a page, and then it's sort of willy-nilly. Again, these two don't seem to play off each other well, so they're definitely standalones to me. Now, by standalone, do I mean colors? No, it's just like something like this. Because I don't write specific colors down, I'd probably want to finish in one go, both pages. This one, I could do one page and not the other, and so long as I got a similar color palette, like greens and purples, then I'd be okay if the colors didn't match exactly. And this cat robot, oh no, I'm digging it. More of a town scene, and then some moonshine distilleries. I don't know exactly what this is making, but it makes me think of moonshine. Ooh, she's cute. Holding the lightning right there. Oh, and I really like that page. That's actually really pretty. Again, these two don't seem to tie in together to me, so I would want similar colors, but they wouldn't need to match up. This is really nice. This looks to be their public transport type of system, just because there's multiple doors, so lots of people can come in here. I like this girl. I don't know what the stick is for. Maybe she's just a girl with the stick. And her big floofy cat with some pouches. These look like lamps to me, or lanterns. I think that's a really pretty page. Vegetable market, soup or stew market. Some cigaweed right there. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's rice flour if you're doing the PG version. And this is a girl buying some stars. Or she's going to push this guy over because she kind of looks like, hey, push. Hello, friend. This bird with the bell. Another, okay, so this is the garden shop, Blumenor. You can kind of see words and kind of make it up on your own. Plus, this is not written in English. You can tell by the title. And so maybe that's in whatever this language is, flower shop. But that does tie into this other page right here. And you've got this one who looks like a crow is living outside of her head. And see, okay, this page here and this page right here would make more sense to me, and I guess because of the similar elements. This one and this one do not seem similar to me, although there are stars on both sides, so maybe there's that. But yeah, I think I would have liked this here, just because that makes more sense, kind of, because these two don't really kind of make sense to me, although there are stars on both pages. So maybe that's the mindset behind these. Again, I would treat these as two distinct pages and maybe not even have the same colorway on there, just because these two pages don't really tie into me together. Both beautiful as their own, but they're certainly not a double page spread to me. Same like this would make more sense with this, and more so just because it's framed, not because of the subject matter. This would make more sense with this. So again, I don't know some of the thought processes on how these are placed in here, but if I'm looking at as just individual pages, then yes, absolutely gorgeous. Now these actually do tie into me, and maybe because the bug and this one do have stars on the face or on the surface of it. So yeah, I think that's really interesting. Except for the large chicken head hat. I'm hoping no chicken heads were harmed in the making of this coloring book. Now I do like these two together, because initially I would have thought these were like ferns or leaves like on a Christmas tree, but you could also tie that into the color of her wings, and hopefully they were gotten by permission instead of plucked, because that don't seem nice. 2-page spread, so this cat fox thing is going out with another girl with a stick. Hey, is this the same people? Well, no, because this one has clothes on and this one is naked. So maybe they're just cousins. But they're going on a journey outside of their little town. And I think this town is the one from the beginning. Yeah. So can you see any windmills? Oh, yeah. So there's windmills there. And there's the background of the town, and then this is more of a blown up version of that. I think that's actually really interesting. And you've got these two. They look like cousins or friends or neighbors. I mean, actually all these people look the same, so it must just be a very close-knit community. Again, not sure what the ribbon flags are here for and how that ties into this, but that's okay. And then you've got the back page, ends like this, and there's this. Now, I did mention I wanted to start 2 hashtags. They will run through the end of the year, and both of them are dealing with Hanna Karlzon. So for my first hashtag, it is Reach for the Stars, Hanna K 2022. Now for that hashtag, it can be any page out of any Hanna Karlzon book. Hanna Karlzon has gone through a lot this year, and if you follow her on Instagram, she has still maintained just a very positive, very forward-thinking mentality. And so this just made me think of, I know in the beginning of the year we were heavily focused on doing Hanna Karlzon pages, but I'd like to end the year just kind of focused on doing Hanna Karlzon pages. So again, Reach for the Stars, Hanna K, 2022, any Hanna Karlzon picture from any Hanna Karlzon book. It does not have to specifically be this one. Do have a total of 4 now Hanna Karlzon books, so you can choose any page from Tales of the Forest Kingdom, Seasons, Grains of Gold, the Masquerade one, the Soulmates one, whatever. So long as it's a Hanna Karlzon coloring page, and it can be the little postcards, that works too, then that would count towards that hashtag. And it is starting August 2022, going through December 2022. Again, is any Hanna Karlzon coloring page from any of her books, to include the postcards. Okay, and then for the second hashtag, I actually specifically wanted it to go towards this book right here. So if you have this book for August, the picture that we're going to do a group buddy color on, now I don't know if I'm going to do a video, but this is the picture that I'm choosing, is this one right here. And then just to make it so that if you want to, the picture for September will be this one right here. So for August 2022, for the hashtag Hanna K in the City 2022, this is the August picture. And I'll actually write that down. And then for September, this is the picture right here. And that will be for the hashtag Hanna K in the City 2022. And for the rest of the year, I'm just going to be choosing a page or a spread to do for every single month. All right, guys, I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you have this coloring book, and is there any favorite page of yours? I'd love to know in the comment section below. All right, guys, well, that is it for me for now. And as always, aloha.